What's going on, WWE fans? I hope you enjoyed Monday Night Raw as I enjoyed writing it down and watching it. I'm your host, Gerald Jackson, the owner and founder of WWE Breaking News. Well, Raw opener, CM Punk makes his way into the ring and he holds up a mic and says, "The champ is here." He sits in the middle of the ring and gets a loud CM Punk, and he wants to address why he came back after he said everything that he did. He says he knew about his contract expiring over a year and he loves where he works, but he hates the people in charge. He had a choice and he spoke his mind and caused a little chaos and change, and Punk was responsible for Vince McMahon for being relieved of his duties. Punk says the fans are also due thanks, and he is there to make this fun again, and the voice of the voices needs to be heard. He can't change the business in Chicago or elsewhere, and nothing changed since John Cena won a fake tournament for another belt and Punk was only on vacation. He is the one and only WWE champion, and Punk gets interrupted by the game. Triple H makes his way to the ring and says he will address the title picture in a minute, but he wants to talk about why he resigned to Punk. He said it was good for business, just like it was good to bring back JR and John Morrison, and he put his personal feelings aside and brought back Punk. Punk takes exception and asks what those feelings are, and H calls him smug and overrated. But Punk said it's kind of like looking in the mirror. Punk says he's not a good guy, and he wishes Triple H would tell him that he hates him because they are in a yes man era. Punk says Vince let guys like Batista, Chris Jericho, and Brock Lesnar go, and Triple H couldn't afford to let him go. Triple H asked him to tell everyone why he really resigned, and Punk said it was about change. But Triple H tells him it is all about himself, and to hear himself talk, he says Punk is nothing without the WWE and he needs a platform. And Punk says that could be half true, but he is 100% the WWE champion. Triple H said both he and Cena are the champion and will address that later and starts leaving. But Punk tells him to stop because he is only getting started. Punk said he resigned, but he is not shutting up. And he wants to talk about his ego and how Triple H likes to throw his weight around. He said it doesn't matter what Triple H is wearing, whether it's a suit or ring gear, because Triple H is a bully and he shouldn't push Punk because he will push right back. Triple H says he has an ego and everything is telling him to slap the crap out of Punk, but he won't do it because he is the chief COO and did it for the fans. He won't break the rules, but he strongly suggests that Punk doesn't break them either. Punk asks if Triple H will beat him up or if he has to go ask his wife for permission first, and throws the mic down and leaves the ring. The first match of the night, the number one contender. Not the first match. Was it the first match? Let me look. No. Yes! Melita goes right out. Number one contender match. Melita goes right out, followed by Gail and Rosa, and Tamina headbutts Kayla on the top apron to eliminate her. Next, Alicia kicks AJ out of the ring while the Bellas save each other from elimination, throwing Natalya outside. After a commercial, Beth is fighting off the Bellas and Eve leapfrogs Alicia and avoids a baseball slide as Alicia eliminates herself. Eve tries to fight off the Bellas in the corner but gets thrown over the top rope, but Beth picks up both Bellas on her shoulder and throws them outside to win the match. Kelly goes to congratulate her, but Beth grabs her by the hair and throws her out of the ring and into the barricade. She grabs the mic and tells Kelly that her days of being a blonde, perky bimbo are numbered. Beth drops the mic and leaves while trainers check on Kelly. Winner number one contender, Beth Phoenix, Truth, and Miz are in the locker room, and Miz mocks Truth for talking to himself, but Truth says that they have a lot in common. Truth agrees with Miz that the Triple H is being in charge is a mistake, and having two champions is a conspiracy. Miz bites for a second, then tells Truth to get out of his head and they need to team up tonight, and that's it. Truth tells him that he wonders why they were in a title tournament if Triple H was bringing back Punk all along, and tells him to watch out before he gets got. Josh Matthews is in the back and wants to know John Cena's thoughts about CM Punk returning. Cena says he listened to what Punk had to say, but he is more interested in what Triple H would do. He says they have 2 guys coming to be WWE champion, and he can be sure he will be out there when Triple H addresses the situation later on tonight. R-Truth and The Miz versus John Morrison and Rey Mysterio. Morrison hits a side suplex, then punches Truth off the apron and turns his attention to The Miz and gets punched, then suplex. Miz goes for a suplex, but Morrison sweeps his leg and tags and Rey, who drop kicks Miz and Hurricane him right out of the ring. Rey positions himself on the apron and dives off Miz. Then Morrison dives on Truth as we go to a break. When we get back, Truth has Rey in a camel clutch, and Rey attempts to get out, but Truth slams him to the mat and puts him in a abdominal stretch. Rey gets out of this and punches away at Truth, but misses him, blind tagging Miz, and ends up getting thrown down and kicked in the head. Miz applies a headlock until Rey fights out, but Miz puts him back down with a DDT and uses the time to tag in Truth. Truth keeps Rey on the mat, then turns and taunts Morrison and almost marks Rey. They then then fights to keep him away from Morrison and whips him into the corner. Miz knocks Rey down with a clothesline and he goes up top, but Rey drop kicks him in the midair to make things a little closer. He finally gets the tag to Morrison and he unloads on Miz and Truth, then lands the exploding suplex on Truth but only gets a 2. Morrison goes for a Starship Pain, but Miz pulls him out of the way and Rey leaps off the apron to even it up. Morrison heel kicks Truth onto the rope and Rey goes for a 619, but Miz pulls him off the ropes and throws him over the barricade and turns to Morrison. Morrison hits a heel kick off the middle turnbuckle on the Miz and turns around to Truth and gets beaten with shut up. The fight isn't over when Miz runs and hits the skull-crushing finale on Morrison. Truth's ass is soaked to injury by smashing Morrison in the face with a water bottle, and they leave Morrison laying in the ring. Winners are R-Truth and The Miz. Sorry guys, we had to we typed this up. So it helps us out a lot. Josh Matthews is in the back with Triple H and he asks about CM Punk's comments, and Triple H says he has been hearing it for a long time and Punk needs new material. He says if Cena wants to hear what he has to say, he should come out and CM Punk and anyone who wants to come out. But he advises Cena to keep it strictly business. Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero make their way out, and Vicky says there is a controversy of having 2 WWE champions, but she is with a man that has proven himself to be better than both CM Punk and John Cena. Dolph says he told everyone to follow that last week, but he knows no one has his talent, skill, or charisma, and says he is better than everyone in the locker room. Alan Riley come out and says if Dolph is such a man, he shouldn't be hiding behind a woman. She said it was because of her that he is a former Intercontinental Champion, World and current U.S. Champion. And Riley agrees that he has a hell of a career so far. Riley asks what he has done on his own lately because Dolph reminds him of The Miz and they both hide behind people. Riley wants him to drop her because he thinks Dolph is afraid to be exposed as a fraud. Dolph gets in his face, then escorts Vicky out of the ring and hands off his jacket and title. He acts like he will fight, then rolls out of the ring and leaves with Vicky while asking Riley who he even is. David O'Tonga and Michael McGillicuddy versus Santino Marella and Zack Ryder. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You know it. Spike your hair. But Zack Ryder, can I tell you this? Your hair wasn't that spiked tonight. McGillicuddy takes down Santino from behind and Taz and O'Tonga, and he battles Santino until he elbows out and Taz and Zack. He hits a spinning elbow and corner kick. McGillicuddy and Santino tries evening the odds with a Cobra. But he gets knocked out of the ring and Zack misses a rough McGillicuddy. O'Tonga comes in and assists McGillicuddy in hitting a heart attack to take the win. Winners, David O'Tonga and Michael McGillicuddy. I really like this segment. Not only did Ryder get some in ring time, but he got a great pop on the hot tag, which shows he is popular and should be pushed. It was a brief match, but O'Tonga and McGillicuddy, looked strong, and I think it got both teams over. Josh Matthews wants to hear CM Punk's thoughts about Triple H's decision later tonight. Punk says he consulted his Magic 8 Ball and he has no idea what will happen. What he does know, however, is that he and John Cena have one of the greatest WWE Championship matches of all time. But he is the real WWE Champion. Boo! Boo! Cena! Ah! Boo! CM Punk! Boo! CM! Ah! Alberto Del Rio versus Evan Bourne. Bourne kicks and Hurricane Arenas Alberto, but gets taken down and choked on the ropes by Alberto. He puts Bourne in an armbar and presses on Bourne's chin for a leverage. Then hits a backbreaker for a 2 count. Alberto hits an armbar, slam them, then puts Bourne in another armbar, and Bourne kicks out his way out. But Alberto headbutts him to keep Bourne down. He tries to suplex, but Bourne floats over and kicks Alberto, then hits a knee lift and goes up top. Alberto runs up the ropes and nails him with a heel kick, then locks in the cross armbar and gets Bourne to tap out. Winner, Alberto Del Rio. Alberto isn't finished with Bourne and puts him back in the cross armbar, and Bourne is screaming in pain until Kofi Kingston runs out and makes the save. Alberto and Ricardo run up the ramp while Kofi is in the ring, daring Alberto to come back and finish their fight. And here is the verdict. Triple H makes his way back out to the ring and he says he thought about it, but there are 2 WWE champions in both John Cena and CM Punk. He says they both have good reasons, but what he gets interrupted by John Laurinaitis. John said he is the EVP of talent relations, a job he took from JR, and he is in charge of talent contract. He said Triple H has been there a short time, but he has been there a while, and Vince will want him to strip Cena of the WWE Championship. Cena makes his way out to the ring and said John has been there so long because he was one of Vince's yes man for over 10 years. He was the guy CM Punk was talking about, and that's why he knocked him out at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. He said he is prepared to lose a title that isn't legitimate, but he won't have it taken away because John doesn't like him. John tells Cena that he made his decision. He made his decision because Punk beat Cena, and that's the only reason. Cena says he brings up Money in the Bank a lot, and his favorite part of the night was knocking John out, and he thinks he would do it again. John leaves the ring and Triple H says Punk didn't sign a new contract until Cena beat Ray last week and told him to hit his music, so he won't strip Cena of the title. Punk's music hits and he comes out and says he sees the writing on the wall, and he asks if Triple H will strip him of the title. He rightfully won. Triple H tells him he wants to finish and Cena tries to interrupt, but Triple H tells them he is their boss and they will do it his way. Triple H said it would be Punk, the WWE Champion, versus Cena, the WWE Champion, at Summerslam to decide who is the undisputed champion. Who is the undisputed champion? He was trying to see who is the undisputed champion. Triple H leaves the ring and both Punk and Cena hold up the titles to get pops from the crowd. They go back and forth holding up their respective championships and trading off music as Raw goes on. Sorry guys, this review probably been sucked because I'm kind of tired and I'm not doing what I do. But thank you, because it's John Cena.
It's the franchise with a shine now. You can't see my time now. I fell off, I'm still high, knock your shell off. Money stacked that, plus I can't turn this.
One more announcement. I want to thank to all WWE Breaking News sponsor. This is the amount of money we have in our thing. This is all the money we have. Thank you guys for donating and stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in to WWE Breaking News. I'm your host, Joe Jackson. I'm out. I'll see you tomorrow night for spoilers of WWE Friday Night SmackDown. The reason why I'm telling you spoilers because we will not have no live representatives on the air at the live event tomorrow. So, see you then.
Franchise doing big business. It's automatic. I win this, so you